Hey everybody, here at the national headquarters. It's a day later, day and a half maybe. Ran into some issues and went to bed last night. Car wouldn't start, couldn't figure it out. We first start out, everything seems good, no spark. So I've got an MSD ignition tester I hook up to my MSD in the trunk and run it, and everything works fine. I hook it up to the point side because we're running the Mallard Unilite distributor, which uses the green wire off that to trigger the points part of the MSD box. So I knew the distributor wasn't any good. I had another one, but I had to cut the wiring apart and replace it. So I actually had like a Pro Comp style. It's like an MSD distributor with a magnetic pickup in it, and it's got mechanical advance. I stuck that in it because when Jordan wired it, he put a wire in it so I could plug it into the MSD and use that magnetic pickup to trigger the MSD. So I hooked all that up and it wouldn't start. It was coughing and spitting and backfiring and everything else and cranking over slow. I had an issue with the fuel pump. The fuel pump was overpressure, and so I hooked up my backup pump, the Holly Blue pump in the trunk, so I had fuel pressure, and gave up. It was like 4:30 in the afternoon and I was mad, not knowing how to solve the problem at that point, just frustrated. Took Connie to dinner. We went out to dinner, went home, watched a little boob tube, and then went to bed. About 11 o'clock I knew what was wrong with the car. So I walked back over to the shop at 11 and got it running. At that point, I had blown gas out of the vents on the carburetor, so I was concerned I might have gas washed the cylinder, so I pulled all the plugs and I squirted oil in there. Well, lubed the cylinders and I cranked it over by hand with the plugs out to make sure everything was nice and free and no squeaks, no squeals. I got all that good, put the plugs in, and then I realized that the distributor into the lead that goes back to the MSD, the wires in that plug were swapped. Violet was to green and green was to violet. I switched those two wires on the MSD box because they're just screws and terminal strip, and car fired right up. Started right up great. So got it running. Was thinking today I would take you guys for a test drive. That didn't happen. Kenny and I did go for quite a bit of a drive, but we found some issues. The front tires, like at 55, are vibrating pretty good. You could feel it in the steering wheel. Then we realized that the street tires weren't balanced, so I got to take them and get them balanced. And then about 50 or so, a vibration in the middle of the car. I ended up pulling it. We jacked it up and run it in jack stands and we couldn't see anything, but I pulled the drive shaft out and the U-joint slid back and forth in the yoke about 35 thousandths. I stuck a 35 thousandths feeler gauge in that gap and yeah, it didn't fill it up. So I'm going to take the drive shaft to Fort Wayne Clutch and Brake and get that fixed tomorrow or Monday morning. And the carburetor was real lazy. So I pulled the air cleaner off and found that somebody had drilled the accelerator squirters out. They're like a 1/16 of an inch. So I put 31s back on it, this carburetor is supposed to have, and everything looks real good now. You could accelerate it manually with the car not running and this fuel would just dribble out of the squirters because it's only got the 30cc pumps on it. So I think that's better. Maybe it won't be so lazy. Clutch is good, brakes are good. Man, it drove fantastic, and it's got a lot of power, more power than I thought it would have. So right now, what we're working on is this here. Kenny's making a dealio to mount the license plate in the back of the car, and I'll show you how that's going to work. I think you guys have seen this if you're paying attention, and you know, us old guys, we forget. But we put a hitch in the back and then cut a hole in the bumper so we could cover the license plate. Well, the piece that Kenny's making is it's a bracket welded on a piece of 2-inch tube that we can slide in with a pin. And all we got to do is pull the pin. It goes in just like that, holds the plate on. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So we got that. And now, like I was saying, we had to switch to the blue pump. We got that. So we had fuel pressure. This one here, like I say, was overpressured. But I think I've got a plan on how to fix that tomorrow. But it's getting late in the afternoon, so we're going to fiddle with that. And up front, let's see what else we got. The whole interior's in it. Other than I want to do some carpeting, but that ain't happening. The shifter was a problem too. I went to drive it. I left here thinking I was in first gear, shifted it into second, and then it over revved because the shifter in first and second was backwards, and it was also backward in fifth and reverse. So I flipped them route levers over, readjusted that. We're good to go there. Like I say, fixed the carb. We got the hood on it. I mean, look at that baby shine. Only shiny part of the car. It ain't really that good, but wipers are on it. Wipers work. So everything is working fantastic. Brake lights, turn signals, everything is just great. This mirror here, I don't know what to do with it. It's a little floppy. I got to try to figure this thing out, but it don't want to stay. It's one of those cheap Taiwanese thingies. So, and it gets up to about 190 with this little radiator. So I just ordered a big radiator off the Amazon. So I ordered like a 3-inch thick 16 by 28 cross flow radiator that I'll put in it when it shows up this week. So try to get that. I use a lot of duct tape. I'll duct tape that baby right in there, I swear. Anyways, new distributor's in. I had to change the plug wires, of course. They're all on. It runs fantastic. So I changed the oil in the filter too, thinking I might have got gas in it, and I did. It smelled like gas. So we got that all taken care of, and things are going great. Like I say, sorry I didn't get to take you for a test drive, but she's one bad hot rod. She should be ready to go here the next couple weeks when we gotta leave. Like I say, Kenny's over there getting it. I'm over here screwing around with the camera. Thanks for watching, everybody.